Let's go live. Let's do this. Ooh, it's a good song.
What's up, people?
How's it going?
Hey, welcome.
We were just live, and now we're live again.
Yeah, that's right. We were. We're going to be live a lot this week, and I'm excited about that. Welcome, courtside, live from VNL, Ottawa. This is pregame for day one.
Day uno. Yesterday was day zero.
That's right. Yesterday was day zero, but today's day one because there's actually games today.
I look less fat in this camera than I did yesterday. I was getting slaughtered in the Discord yesterday.
Yeah, people were really roasting Everett.
Rightly so, though. Like the worst is that I was right before that. I was like looking at the videos of myself. I was like, man, I look fat. Texting my girlfriend. I was like, I've gotten fat. She's like, no. And then the Discord just goes off. just
Discord never been known to mince any words. But what's up, people? My name's Rob St. Clair. This is Everett Delorme. This is a very exciting day because we have volleyball to talk about. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be one of our pregame shows where we're going to talk about the games from Japan overnight, 2 matches there.
Yep.
And we're going to preview the 2 matches coming up here in Ottawa starting in a little over an hour. So also, hopefully this stream doesn't get taken down because there's music being played in the background.
As long as we just keep on talking over it, this will be the primary source of audio.
All right.
I think that's what we need to be doing.
So let's not waste any time.
No, let's just jump in straight to what happened in Japan overnight.
And sure enough, just like women's VNL, the very first match of the entire tournament was maybe the 2 worst challenger teams.
Yeah,
the same thing on the men.
The battle of the relegation.
Right.
On the men's side, we had China versus Bulgaria. I mean, not much to say about this match. China wins in 5. They went
15-9 in the 5th.
Yeah, I believe. Bulgaria is a one-man show, and that is and that's Alex Nikolov. But he's still a young man.
Bulgaria put literally 13 out of their 14 players saw at least some court time.
Yeah,
Karyagin
is the only guy that didn't. Bratoev got subbed out.
Bratoev, why did they even bring Georgi Bratoev? He's not a good setter. He looks really overweight and old and slow. And then they put in Saganov, who started all VNL last year. So I don't really understand that one. They had some lefty called Dimitrov at opposite.
He was all right.
Meh.
He was all right.
What is it? 12 for 29, 17% efficiency. That's not great. But for China, I mean, last year they were a one-man show. It was Zhang Jingyin all day long. Now they're kind of a 2-man show. They've got Zhang Xuan, who went 10 for 23, which isn't so good. But Zhang was outstanding, 21 for 36 and 42% efficiency.
Yuntai Yu as well was pretty good.
He was their other outside hitter.
11 for 18, got 15 points.
Wow, okay.
Was a +8 on the day, so that's pretty good. 7 break points as well. So China looking pretty good. Not too bad. Not too bad against what I think we can describe now as the worst team in Nations League, which is Bulgaria.
Man, yeah, Bulgaria. We thought their women were going to get relegated. Sure enough, I think they got like 5 points week 1 maybe. But their men, chopping block. Very much on the chopping block. Not good.
Very much on the chopping block. Zhang had a pretty good game there. 21 for 36. Is that what it says?
Yeah, 21 for 36. He didn't pass the ball well at all, but China's not that good of a passing team. Zhang's really good. I mean, he went and played in Poland this year.
Except look who they're going after. Yuntai Yu. Yuntai? Somebody is going to have to tell me how to pronounce.
Yu is the family name.
Yeah.
Yuantai is the given name.
Yuantai.
You say the family name first in Chinese.
He had 54 targets out of 84.
Very strange.
And he was passing well, too. 48% positive, 30% perfect when they could have gone after Zhang Xuan.
Yeah, that's really weird. I wonder if 54 passing attempts in a game is otherworldly high. I wonder if that might not be right. But to get 54 balls in reception, only get aced once is pretty good. And why are you serving that guy at that point?
So I don't know. I'll have to watch. It's going to be hard to watch any of the Japanese.
It really is. They're in Nagoya. This match was at 3 a.m. last night.
Yeah.
Maybe now later in the week when they have 3 games going on, there might be the first one of the day might be at midnight our time.
Yeah,
so maybe
we'll have to see if we can check that one out.
Yeah, but we watched the highlights from both this game and the Japan game earlier today, and it just looked like relatively bad volleyball in a back and forth sort of way, which definitely makes sense for these 2 teams.
Yeah, 27% efficiency there for Bulgaria. What do they have? 39% efficiency on the other side for China. That's just from the highlights we saw, though. China did look better.
China looked better according to the 8-minute highlight video or whatever, and really to most of the stats, and it's kind of bummer for them. They only got 2 points out of this instead of 3. But
Yeah.
I'm not sure what other. If you look at the rest of China's schedule, like what other match are they really likely to win? To be honest, it might really just be that one.
Yeah, that might be their only one. Let's see as we pull up here.
Serbia L, France L, Iran, Netherlands, USA, Italy, Germany, Japan, Slovenia, Brazil, Canada.
That one against us, but at the end of that, might
Last
be,
match of the tournament.
I don't think it's gonna be, I think we're gonna have taken care of business before then.
Hope so,
But
I hope so.
There's a potential there.
Yeah, someone's asking about Nikolov's stats. By the way, everyone who needs stats for this VNL, VNLM.volleystation.com.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to put this in the chat right now. For some reason, Volleyball World has a brand new stats partner this year, but they haven't put it anywhere publicly and marketed it because the stat report is actually way better than anything we're used to seeing.
Still not fantastic.
It's got some room to grow, but it's better than anything we've seen from Volleyball World. So
For sure.
check that out. Nikolov, 19 for 35, only 4 errors total is not bad. 43% efficiency and 71% positive passing.
Yeah,
so he was terrific.
He was really good in this one. This is exactly why I picked him for my team.
Yeah, we did a little kind of like a fantasy draft earlier today where we can only pick one player from each country. It was good. Go check that out if you haven't seen it. But we'll keep an eye on this to see how much influence this match right here has over relegation, because it honestly very well may be these two teams.
Yeah, I would expect it to be.
It's like the other challenger teams,
especially what I've seen from Canada recently.
Like Canada, Cuba, Germany, and the Netherlands, I think, are the other challenger teams, and none of them are going to be nearly as bad as Bulgaria and China.
No. All right, let's jump in now over to the other game that went on. Japan absolutely slapped Iran with a 3-donger.
16, 22, 19.
Yeah.
And they looked good. Japan looked good.
Yeah, they did. Iran, not so much.
Yeah.
But I do think that's a bit of a mismatch in styles, especially now. I think Iran has moved a little bit more towards like a banging style as opposed to just an all-around skill. As they continue to grow as a volleyball country. Let's see. Amin was their lead scorer with only 11, and he was 9 for 24. That is not good on Iran's side.
Revolving door. Yeah, check out the stat sheet for this match. And again, this was at like 5 in the morning, so we didn't watch this live. But you can see from the stat sheet, Iran's entire roster was a revolving door. They put in so many different players, at least 3 outsides, at least 3 middles, and just they hit 26% as a team. Just not that good. They just couldn't really put balls away. They got blocked 6 times by Japan. It's too many. Yuki Ishikawa, really good. 18 for 30, 43% efficiency. Both Japanese middles. Well, no, it's Miyaura off the bench went 3 for 4. But Yamauchi 7 for 10 is really good.
I want to see Go Mayurama.
I heard from one of our Japanese insiders on the Discord that he's got a back issue. He may or may not play this VNL because I would like to see him too. But Onodera was fine. He didn't really do that much, 2 for 3. But Nishida was good, 8 for 15. Takahashi, okay, 9 for 22. And Ishikawa was outstanding. And 40% efficiency as a team for Japan compared to 26. I mean, that's the match right there.
Yeah, that's pretty standard there for Japan, though. I would always expect them to have a high efficiency.
Especially playing at home.
That's the only way they win, right?
Right.
Japan can't go out there with like a less than 30% efficiency.
4 aces to 12 errors for Japan. That's acceptable.
Yeah, that's decent. That's all right. We'll accept that for sure.
Yeah, Miyaura, good point in the chat. As far as an opposite off the bench, he is really good. He's basically like Yuji Nishida Jr. And he went to play in Poland this year and was pretty good. All right. Anything else about Japan versus Iran?
No.
I mean, we kind of expected this.
It was a slapping.
Yeah, Japan at home.
Yeah, Japan at home is always going to be good. I'm just impressed with how dominant they were. I was expecting a little bit more from Iran. But
yeah,
that's really the only 2 games to go off of so far. So we're not going to be able to. Not really much to talk about just yet.
I agree. Yeah, there's not that much to talk about. But so those are the 2 games overnight. We'll do the same thing every day. Before the games here in Ottawa, we'll talk about the games overnight in Japan, and then we'll preview the games here in Ottawa. So
and after the matches, we're gonna go over the games that happen here in Ottawa, and we can preview the ones that are about to go on in Japan.
That's exactly what we'll do, and we will make our picks for these games going on behind us in Ottawa. And kicking off the tournament over here, Italy versus Argentina.
This one I think is
an hour.
Yeah, in about an hour. Just 62 minutes. This one I think is going to be pretty interesting. Argentina has their guys, but
yes, they do.
Their guys are like there's no Facundo Conte, there's no
It was everybody but Facundo Conte.
There's everyone but Facundo Conte. But
this is very similar to the Argentinian team we saw come here last year.
Yeah.
And they played Italy, lost 3-1, and the only difference now is they get to Checo, who's one of the best setters in the world.
But that to me is why I think I'm actually leaning towards, because there's one big change for both teams, and it's the setters in this match.
A good change for Argentina and not a good change.
Massive change for Argentina, going up from, like, Sanchez is fantastic, and they had Giraldo as well.
The tall guy.
This year they're going moving up to De Checo, and Italy is moving from Gianelli down to probably Paolo Porro.
Porro or Marco Falaschi, who's a bit of an older guy. Either way, big downgrade from Gianelli or Spertoli.
Massive downgrade.
But
for sure.
we're probably going to see Botolo and Recine on the left.
What about Rinaldi?
Maybe Rinaldi.
I would want to see Botolo and Rinaldi.
Yeah.
I think out of all three of those guys, I think Rinaldi had the best year. I think Rinaldi really grew in that starting position for Modena this year.
He definitely played the most.
He played the most. He played the best. Recine was off the bench for Piacenza. Botolo was off the bench
for Lube.
For Lube. He got to play a little bit in the final. So I would expect to see Rinaldi out there. But the De Checo factor and the fact that you have basically, you still have Bruno Lima and you still have all of your other guys. Like
Loser in the middle.
Loser in the middle. That's why I think I'm leaning towards Argentina for this one.
Yeah, the question, like we've been saying, for Argentina is the outside position. They've got a few guys. They've got the two Lucianos, Vicentin and Polonsky. They've got a young up-and-coming superstar, Manuel Armoa, who I really hope we see.
I really hope we see Armoa. Yeah. He looks more physical than he did last year, too. Like last year,
19.
he looked like a kid. And this year he looks like he spent some time in the gym. He looks bigger. Real quick in the chat, Cassiope, I don't know how to say it. I will not be filming these matches. We do not have the rights, and we cannot film VNL matches.
Right.
So we will not be filming these matches. I'm sorry. I wish it was different. We used to be able to film them. Now we're not. Now we're not let.
No, we cannot film any. We can't put anything on YouTube during VNL matches. But we can take clips on our phones, which we'll put on Instagram and as YouTube Shorts here on the channel. So that's the best we're going to be able to do. But we will be back live after the Canada versus Cuba game tonight to wrap those two up and just do more YouTube content for you guys. But yeah, as far as match footage, Volleyball World TV. It's the only place you can find it.
Yep.
So what's your pick? This Italian B team with
Argentina.
Okay. Set score.
I think 3-1 again.
Okay, other way from last year?
Yeah, I think Italy will find a way to fight in one of the sets, especially since they have the Balasso as a libero and they have Romano. They have like two of their A-team guys and two of their world champions on the court. I think Balasso will really be able to stabilize their serve receive. Argentina isn't a fantastic serving team in the first place, so I think Italy will be in system a lot, but can they do anything with being in system? You know, and there's not that constant threat, especially if Gianelli is in the front row. You know, there's that constant threat of him bringing into the offense. With Porro, there's none of that.
No.
So I really think that it's going to be. I would almost maybe see Italy winning the first set, and then Argentina running the table, or Argentina going up 2-0 and Italy winning the third.
I do see more breakpoint ability for Italy than Argentina. I think occasionally they'll, just because they're such an incredibly good skill and system team, I think that they can touch some balls. I think that they can get some transition going. I think they're a better serving team. I think blocking is a toss-up, but I think it's going to be a balance. Does Italy make more errors with this young group, or do they put on more pressure and get more breakpoints? And I actually think that could be kind of close. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Argentina in 5.
In 5?
Yeah, I think this goes 5. I think Argentina kind of needs this win more than Italy does for sure. But I like this Italian young group is, I think, a little bit better than we're expecting it to be.
Yeah, probably. I mean, a lot of these guys we get to see somewhat throughout the Italian league season, whether it's coming off the bench or starting for their respective teams that aren't necessarily in the top 4. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I think that just the experience overall of why am I blanking on this?
De Checo?
Well, just like Polonsky, Palacios, Bruno Lima, Lozer, like that is like they have Denani as their libero.
Right.
Like this is an experienced Argentinian squad, and I think that will carry him through, especially in the early goings here.
Yep. So that's coming up just about an hour from right now, Italy versus Argentina to kick things off here in Ottawa. But the nightcap tonight, the Maple Volleys in a big rivalry game against Cuba.
Let's go.
What is it, 8 p.m. local?
8 p.m. local, 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you're in Europe, it's probably going to be like, what, 2 a.m.? So you probably won't be watching that one unless you're hardcore. Or maybe you work in the night shift. No judgment if you do, obviously. We'd love that. But, yeah, Canada versus Cuba tonight. This is going to be the first time that Canada's really played Cuba in, like, an actual match. None of this bullcrap Pan Am Cup stuff where, that's where Cuba's getting all their points playing all these Mickey Mouse teams, playing a bunch of university players. This will be the first time since that Canada's played Cuba since the 2020 Olympic qualifiers. No, winter.
That's right.
It was January.
Okay.
It was early January.
Yeah, all-time great match. So Cuba won, and was it
No.
Vancouver?
Canada
won in Vancouver.
Watch yourself. Watch your tongue there.
I remember. It was Canada. I watched the match. It was nuts.
Yes. So, yeah, this will be the first time. Of course, I mean, if you want to hear what we've been talking about Canada quite a bit, just breaking down the roster and everything, it's going to be very interesting to see them in action, not in because last year we saw them against France and they looked fantastic against France, and then kind of laid an egg early on.
Yeah, they went 0-9 the first 9 sets of VNL here last year.
And then beat Bulgaria in 5. So I'm hoping that we can pull out something better. Cuba's a tough team to play against to start off
Crazy good serving team.
You
talked to Samovu yesterday, said that exact thing.
They're going to be very, very physical. They're going to be very, very physical. In terms of their outside group, like when you look at their 3 outsides and their 1 opposite, like they might be the best. Some of the best in the competition.
Just firepower, man.
But where they really fall off is down the middle, with both of their starting middles not here. No Robert Landis-Simon, no Romy Alonso. Those are the 2 guys who are really gonna would really hold them down, and of course the setting position.
Oh yeah,
right.
So they've got 3 setters, and our good friend Ronnie Cuban Spike has informed us that we already knew 2 of the 3 setters, Goide and Tabawada, both are complete wastes of space. They put on in what I still think was the worst setting performance I have ever seen. I think it was against Japan in last year's World Championship for Cuba. They were just downright horrible setting the ball, but they've got this young kid. They've got a 3rd setter on the roster named Christian Thondike, who I know nothing about, but he's young, and my take, and Ronnie agrees, is that he can't possibly be worse than Goide or Tabawada.
That would be.
So I kind of hope that we see this new setter and just like see what he looks like, and see maybe we'll see what he can do. Why not? It certainly couldn't hurt.
Couldn't hurt, but do we see the Cuban coach, who's a known stooge?
Total idiot coaching staff, federation, top to bottom, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is confirmed from Ronnie.
Yes.
So
yeah, these aren't uneducated takes that we have about Cuba.
No, they're all based off of Ronnie. That's Ronnie. As Ronnie says, that's how we go about Cuba for sure. So yeah, I would like to see him, but I don't think we're going to see him.
The young setter?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna.
Yeah. So we'll probably see Concepcion in the middle, and then one other guy. I have no idea who. And then, really
Garcia will be the libero.
Yep, Yonder Garcia as always. But, which 2 outside hitters of the 3? Lopez, Merguerejo, and Yant?
Lopez, always with the national team, it's always Lopez Merguerejo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yant only gets on there when Lopez was on the right side.
Right, and I remember that from the
and
Pan Am a while ago.
And even then, back in the day, in like juniors and stuff like that, they had Gutierrez, who was in before.
Gutierrez is on this roster. He's actually listed as an opposite, but we're not going to see that.
No, there's 2 Gutierrez.
There are
one opposite and one on the outside.
Got it.
Yeah.
And we'll see Herrera, obviously the lefty on the right, who can be amazing. He can also be terrible.
Yes.
You never really know.
It can be either or for sure. So we'll see who with Herrera.
So what's your pick?
What do you think?
Give me a set score.
It's Canada 3-1.
Okay.
I think Canada in 3-1. I think what I was really impressed with us on Thursday and Friday was our blocking and our defense in general.
Looked way better than last year.
And can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I cut out there for a second. Even when talking to Semi Avuo yesterday, he looked at me at one point and he goes, how many teams is Canada favored against? And the reality is none, if any. And so it's kind of like he knows, and he was talking about how we know that we have to come into every game and play hard.
Right.
And we need to come in every game and hustle. Right. We need the third line grinders mentality. Right? Like the 3rd and 4th line grinders. And I remember that was kind of the mentality of Team Canada Volleyball back in like 2014 to 2016, back when we were really establishing ourselves on the scene. And I think we need to uphold that mentality once again, that we're just going to come here and grind out points and frustrate Cuba that way.
I do think that like this year's style of Team Canada, which could not be more different than last year's. Last year, insanely fast, way too technical in my opinion, really middle and Bick dominated on offense. This year, slower, simpler,
Yes.
wing dominated on offense. The block defense is way better. And against a serving team like Cuba, if you were trying to run the Benjo offense this match, no chance.
No, none.
No chance
None.
could you ever pass the ball well enough against Cuba to run that offense. But this offense, the current Team Canada offense, I actually kind of like. I kind of like the way that matchup is going to go. We saw him in practice yesterday really practicing hard in making good out-of-system attacking choices. They were practicing out-of-system setting. They were practicing working against 3 blockers, and that's what they're going to have to do against Cuba today.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to need to find ways to put pressure on them when they're not in good situations to put pressure. And they're going to need, like, there's going to be times tonight when we go to a 4th-person serve receive.
Oh, sure. Slater will step back.
There has to be. And I'm almost expecting to see Mouser get subbed in as that serving sub, maybe for a right side at some point, right? Because he can bang a ball.
Oh, for sure.
So maybe they bring him in and they, yeah.
I could see it. This is a tough match to pick because Canada, again, is brand new and relatively unknown. I mean, I don't want to pick just based on the scrimmages because they did look good. We saw the same thing last year, and then look what happened in VNL. But Cuba, same thing. They can look amazing for a set and then look like the worst team in volleyball for a set. Like they're a total wild card, and that physicality and the way that the serve and pass game is going to dictate this match. It's very difficult to predict for me. I'm going to go with another 5-setter, and I've got Canada.
Canada in 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're both on the same page. Who's going to win? It's just going to be amount of sets. I think a 5-setter would be.
It would be sweet.
It would kind of give us odes to Vancouver.
Yeah, that would be sweet. So, that one, 8 p.m. local. Before that, Italy versus Argentina in about 50 minutes from right now. And then after the Canada-Cuba game, we will be live. We'll probably be good to go down courtside once this place clears out a little bit and talk about the games we just saw.
Yep.
So that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's
about it. We don't need to talk for too long on these pregame, postgame shows. Just want to give you a little appetizer for what we're going to see. And so first serve, Italy versus Argentina on Volleyball World TV in just under an hour. Then Canada versus Cuba later on tonight. Going to be fun. Going to be really fun. We are excited to be here. Here on Volleyball Source, we'll be back after the matches. We will be taking some phone videos. I'll be putting some stuff on Instagram. So give me a follow at rstclair1. Everett, you want to pop some stuff on the 9x9 Instagram?
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
or might just make a quick little spicy volleyball account just to get it going.
Yeah, we've got some action on the 9x9 account.
We do have a little bit, but yeah, make sure to follow.
Thanks Volleyball World for taking down the Volleyball Source account with 20,000 followers. Real great, awesome stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it again.
Yeah, well, that'll do it, people. Enjoy the matches. We'll be back after hopefully Canada beats Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba in 5. Mitsuki, come on.
A lot of people in the chat are picking Cuba, so we'll see. I've got good vibes. I've got good vibes around Canada.
Haters.
So do you.
Yeah, I do. Much better than I thought.
Yeah, much better than we thought.
All right, we got to clear out and make room for all the wonderful wheelchair people that are going to come sit right here.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of always like the first match, the first day of VNL, like organizationally and event operations is always
interesting,
a little bit of an adventure. So we were trying to find space to do this show. We got to get out of here. We'll see you guys later tonight after the 2 matches. Enjoy the games. We'll see you in the Volleyball Source Discord. Join that. Links in the description.
Peace.
Do it.
Oh, and go to check out that volleyball.store.
Oh yeah.
Go buy
Peace.
merch.